The China Spring Cougars are 12-0 entering tonight, rolling right along since making it to the quarterfinals last year. This week, these red-hot Cougars face the only team in the state hotter than them in their classification, Carthage. The Bulldogs entered today having won 41 straight games, including this matchup in last year's first quarter, Major Bowden on the keeper rolls around to his left. The defender hits him. He's knocked out just short of the goal line. A few plays later, a dog pile here. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, China Spring up 7-0. Second quarter, Trey Hatford. He's going to fake the handoff, keeps it, direct snap. 14-zip China Spring. And then on the ensuing kickoff return, Drake Howard gets wrapped up, but he's able to keep running, breaks the tackle, and he's down to the China Spring 12-yard line. A few plays later, it's Connor Cuff to Javarian Rockmore, who then goes back to Cuff on the reverse. He eventually finds pay dirt. 14-7. Carthage has woken up, but they wouldn't be able to pull it off. Down goes number one. China Spring rolls its way to the regional final, 27-17.
But that doesn't mean that just because we beat Carthage, it's a good year. So we try to go 1-0 every single week, take it one opponent at a time. And Carthage is unbelievable. Coach Surratt, I'm obviously one of the best to ever do it. And it's an honor to be on the same field as them. And to get that win is huge for our program and huge for China Spring community, and just so proud of our people.
The Cougars will face West Orange Stark next week in the regional final. Elsewhere in 4A, La Vega looking to get back to the regional final, facing Melissa tonight in McKinney. We start in the third quarter. It's 28-7 Cardinals at this point. Robert Prescott finds Nick Sanders. He picks up a few. That's a first down and more. Beautiful play. A few plays later, Prescott looking, fires one over the middle, picked off. Jacob Fields picks it off for Melissa into the end zone. It is Cardinal ball. An ensuing drive. Sam Finnegan, long pass. Jacob Cusano, he finds it. Pay dirt, 52 yards to the house, 35-7 Melissa at that point. 41-14 is the final. Well, the Riesel Indians are one of the stories of the playoffs in Central Texas, needing to win their final two games to stay in the hunt. The Indians find themselves in the third round tonight, but that means a rematch with district foe and top-ranked Franklin. First play from scrimmage. Yes, you read that. First play from scrimmage. Handoff to Bryson Washington. He breaks out to his left, cuts back to his right, back to the middle, and then he's going to go for the pylon. About 40 yards, practically unscathed. Touchdown, 8-0 Lions after the two-point conversion. Riesel would go 3 and out. Next, Franklin snap. On offense from 60 yards out, the pitch is to Malcolm Murphy. He sheds one tackler and then hits the warp speed button, makes the house call. 15-0. The Lions are roaring. Next, Franklin drive, handoff. Bobby Washington, he won't go down. He finds pay dirt there, 22-0. Franklin at that point, 60-0 is the final in that one. End of the first as we go to 3A. Let's talk West and Malakoff facing off in Mesquite. End of the first quarter, it's 3-0 Tigers. Low-scoring game. Judson Driscoll finds Zach Studley for the Tiger first down. That's going to end the quarter, but in the second, on the same drive, the handoff here, Deuce Hart. He gets a nice gain. Not quite enough for the first down, so the Tigers have to settle for the field goal. The snap is back, the hold is down, kick is up, and it is good, 6-0. Next Tiger possession, Driscoll looking, fires. It is picked off by Braden Vanek. That has the Trojans set up inside the 30. A few plays later, Zane Minen hands it off to TJ McCutcheon. He bounces to his right, takes care of the rest. 7-6 West at the half. 14-12, the Trojans are in the regional final for the first time in 41 years. In College Station Academy facing Diboll tonight, we start with the Bumblebees. Quarterback Casey Mraz looking, rolling, and then keeps it and picks up the first down. Beautiful little scamper there from Mraz. Same drive now. He's going to look to get the Bees out of trouble. He's looking to his left. Kind of scrambling here, and then he fires, and it's caught. Scout Brazil. Touchdown, Bumblebees, 14-12 Diboll. Here come the Lumberjacks. Ray Ariano fires downfield to Colby Stewart on the go route. That gets the Lumberjacks inside the 10. Then Ariano calls his own number to cap off the drive. 21-12 Diboll. They win a close one, 37-34. All right, well, for the first time since 2006, the Marlin Bulldogs practiced on Thanksgiving. With a win tonight, Marlin would find itself just 2 wins from Arlington. Marlin facing Tolar tonight in Alvarado. The late game of a doubleheader. Seems like everyone wants Darian Guillet. Here's why. Wide receiver takes a screen, flips the field, and turns on the Jets. He's gone. Marlin takes an 8-7 lead in the first. Tolar feeling the pressure to respond, and from the Bulldogs D-line, Jackson Lecluse is sacked. He forces a punt there to the second quarter now. Bulldogs leading 14-7. Guillet fumbles the direct snap, but recovers, gets to the 1. Beautiful recovery there. Very next play, he finishes the job. Bulldogs go up 22-7. And then, because you know how we roll here, one more Guillet highlight because he's that fun to watch. Lowers his shoulder and just bruises his way in for another score. 28-14 at the half. Marlin rolls 52-36. Who would they play? Crawford and Italy playing the early game in Alvarado today. Fans coming to this one from all over, trailing 6-0 with a minute left in the first half. Jaden Sexton chucks it 29 yards. Dredrick Owens touchdown Italy 7-6 Gladiators at the half. Same score in the third. Jaden Sexton here crosses the goal line. That puts the Gladiators up by 7 in the fourth. Crawford finally coming to life. Ethan Alhoff hands it 30 yards to Trey Doby. We're tied at 13. A little over 3 minutes later, Colt Murphy takes his 6 yards for the score. Pirates lead 20-13. That is your final. The Crawford Pirates are back into the regional final. Centerville facing Holland at Merrill Green Stadium tonight in Bryan as the Hornets look to get back to the regional final. First quarter, Tigers on the prowl. Quarterback Sully Hill, play action, looking over the middle, picked off Christian McCallick from Holland. Although the Hornets cannot capitalize. Centerville then says, let's go with the ground game. Quick hitter up the middle, Andrew Newman. Yeah, nobody's going to catch him. He's right down the boundary, 73 yards, 7-0 Tigers at that point. We go to the second quarter, and it's going to be more of the same from Centerville. You're going to see the pitch, and it's going to wind up in the end zone. 28-0 is your final. Holland season ends in the third round. Division II, Chilton and Bremond in a district rematch tonight at Waco ISD Stadium. Let's start in the first quarter. Dalen Ford looking right, fires into the flat. That pass is caught by Brian Davis. That's a 30-yard pickup. The Pirates knocking on the door. 3 plays later, Luis Fernandez finishes off the drive. A 6-0 Pirate lead after a missed PAT attempt. Next, Chilton drive. First play of the drive. The pitch is to Braylon Fisher near midfield. He gets a block, turns on the Jets. No one's going to catch him. 12-0 Pirates. Chilton rolls 40-14. Who would they play? When they played 3 weeks ago, Mark beat Wortham 49-0 as the Panthers look to make it a sweep in Mejia this afternoon. First quarter, Bulldogs punting from around their own 30. You know we don't show you special teams for no reason. Jonah Ross fields the punt for the Panthers, returns to his left, just keeps going, bounces to the outside, fakes the cut, goes out of bounds around the Wortham 25. That's a negative net punt for the Bulldogs. 3 plays later, the handoff to Nevin Hickman. He's out wide to his left. Gets hit, not hard enough. Touchdown mark, 7-0 Panthers. Final 20 seconds of the quarter. Trey Powell on the option, keeps it, waltzes across the goal line. 14-0 mark after 1. The Panthers roll 55-7. They will face Chilton. Abbott and Lorena both rolled today. Lorena takes down a very good Columbus team with a statement win, 62-13. The Leopards face Diabol next week. Abbott rolls over Coolidge, 74-27. The Panthers are back in the state semifinals. Let's go to private school action as we wrap up the high school football night. Tap semifinal, Live Oak and Lucas Christian. The band loud in this game. So was Live Oak's offense to begin things. First drive, Justice Ashio takes it to the right side, up the sideline. He torches Lucas Christian. 7-0 Falcons on top. The Warriors say, anything you can do, I can do better. Kobe Martin rolling, goes to his left, turns on the Jets, dances his way into the end zone. Big plays galore in this one, but none more than the final score. The Live Oak Falcons will play for a state championship on Thursday. 54-32, the final tonight. That's it for sports. Finally, we'll be right back.